I would like to thank the entire administration team of the school for bringing us here as alumni, Mr. Kinyanjui. Let me just confess, Esquire Gishuru and Mr. Kinyanjui were actually my teachers. Both of them were part of our faculty back when we were here. And so I want to thank them for bringing us here today as former students. It gives us an opportunity to celebrate, to reconnect, to reminisce, to retrace our steps from where we've come from, and celebrate the school individually and collectively. I'm a really big fan of African literature, and there's a quote I really love by Chebe, and it goes like this: "A man who calls his kinsmen to a feast does not do so in the moonlit village, does not do so to save them from starving. They all have food in their own homes." When we gather together in the moonlit village ground, like we are gathered here today, it is not because of the moon. Every man can see it in his own compound. We come together because it is good for kinsmen to do so. We gather here today because it is a good thing. It is a noble thing when former students and current students meet together for us to remember that we have passed in the hands of Marion Preparatory, Marion Senior School, and Marion Farmhouse. We all have very fond memories of Marion. I've seen Miss Betty here. So Miss Betty taught us not to say Wednesday, we say Wednesday. And Miss Betty is the reason I don't chew gum. I was telling Miss Maina the other day when we came, I don't chew gum. Because Miss Betty would find you with gum and you'd have to put it on your forehead. And you'd have to walk with it the whole day. So I think from that time I got so traumatized. I don't chew gum at all. I don't have it in my car. I don't. Because I'll just remember Miss Betty telling me to put the gum on my forehead. So we have very fond memories of Marion. The class of 2001 has a WhatsApp group, and in one of these days we reminded ourselves of what we used to do when we were in Marion. And when we told the stories, they were so hilarious, we could give Moses series a run for its money. Mr. Wehomba, Mr. Monga, who are Kiswahili gurus, apparently, Mr. Gishuru seated here, at one time, he told us that he was hidden in a potato sack in 1982. I think that was the coup. He told us the story how he was transported in a potato sack. And I think maybe that's why he has grown dreads many years later on. And one time, he really whooped us for not laughing at his jokes. He made a joke in class and we failed to laugh. And he really gave us a beating. So it's good to see him as a squire, and it's good to see other teachers. So reminding ourselves how we would turn our entire class into a disco with table drumming, bottles and sounds. I have very personal fond memories of Marion School. One of them being the sports day, which I'm so happy that you have maintained. We would stay in school just a little longer to make pompons for the day after. I was in White House. We were always winning. If you're in White House, we were always winning. But my greatest of all memories is Mama Tole's pilau and stew. Yes, you see, I've seen Hershey clapping. Mama Tole's pilau and stew was the bomb. And if you were not in prep school when Mama Tole was around, you've missed a step. I could go on and on about the fun times, but it is also worth mentioning that Marion schools instilled in us values that we have carried on until today. I've talked about the gum. I also don't run. You walk like a lady. Miss Betty taught us that with your hands behind. So everywhere we went, we would be deemed different. People would look at us differently. Our mannerisms, our behaviors, our decorum, we were molded to be stars. So I think I told Miss Wayne about the chewing story. Until today, I do not chew gum, and I think all of us have values that we've carried on over the years. So credit goes to the teachers and the administration of Marion School for training us to be disciplined and for setting us on a path of success. Asanteni sanas. The values we received many years ago are the same values that we continue to practice today, and I am a testament of that. I'd also like to especially appreciate the parents who sacrifice and continue to sacrifice financial resources to bring their kids to Marion School. I personally have utmost respect for my mom and dad who made sure that I got an opportunity to study in Marion. So to all the parents, please let's give a round of applause to all our parents who are here today. Thank you. Let me conclude by telling you all about the Marion Schools Alumni Association. With the guidance and the blessing of Mr. Kimani and the Board of Directors, we are in the process of registering a Marion Schools Alumni Association that will bring together former students from Marion Preparatory School, Senior School, and Farmhouse. So we're in the process of registration. By the end of this year, we will officially have a Marion Schools Alumni Association. Currently, we have a small committee that was chosen by former students to spearhead this process. There's a small executive committee of the association. They are here today. I am the chair, current interim chair of the Alumni Association Executive Committee. So I'd like them to stand, please, so that we take recognition of you. So there is Helen Thuku. We were in the same class. She's the assistant, she's the treasurer to the committee. And then there's Jack Mugwe. He was the tallest in our class. He still remains the tallest until today. He's the vice chair to the executive committee. And then there's Evelyn Jehia. She is one of the senior school representatives. And we have other members. We are 4 of us here, but we are 5 of us. We are a number of 9 who are currently in the executive committee of the Alumni Association. Thank you so much, guys. So registration is ongoing, and we should have it done by the end of the year. Thank you for sacrificing your time to come and join this occasion. And I pray that as alumni, we will grow our roots and our branches as farthest as possible to become the strongest and most committed alumni association in this country. And we will look forward to all of your support. So let me end my remarks. I can see the MC is working towards me, so I got the hint. I will end my remarks by quoting Professor Wangari Maathai, a woman I greatly admire. And in her memoir, Unbowed, she said, "A tree has roots in the soil, yet reaches to the sky. It tells us that in order to aspire, we need to be grounded. And no matter how high we go, it is from our roots that we draw sustenance." Asanteni sana, it's good to be back home.
Thank you, let's appreciate